It's great to see you. Welcome back. This is N-Wealth Conversation hosted here on N-Wealth Money TV. We are continuing with a conversation revolving around psychology. Now, this time round, we are concentrating on the role of parents in financial literacy for their children. And again, to help us with responding to that and just guiding us as parents is my guest, Mercy. Welcome back. You've been a great resource to us.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm happy to be here today.
Thank you. Now, around the parenthood, I know in our last episode you said there are stages of a child development.
Yes.
Maybe we can just go back to that and relate it into financial development, financial literacy, and all that. At what stage do we introduce this? How easy is it, and how can parents then make their children come up knowing that this is smart as finances?
Wow. Parenting is a very close issue to my topic to my heart.
Yes.
I always tell parents, point number one, in all areas of life, we parent to let go. You are not parenting someone who will live with you the whole of their lives. You only have a number of years to invest in this person before you let them go. Another thing I like telling parents is those children are not your own.
Okay.
They might bear your second name. They might look like you.
Yes.
You might invest a lifetime in them, but
Yes.
they are not your human beings.
Okay.
They are their own individuals. They will make their own choices. And your work is to cheer them on and give them as many resources as possible to be able to live their best choices, not your best choices.
Correct.
And well, that would answer a question many people say, I want my child to be a doctor or a pilot.
Yes.
So when it comes to finances, it's knowing that you have this person to invest in them and they will make their own finance decisions at some point in life.
Yes.
But what I tell the parents, it's also that decisions that these people make in future at times will come and haunt you.
Yes.
So do your best when you are still starting.
Yes.
It's said that it's easy to fold a tree when it's still young.
Yeah.
Then when it grows.
Yes.
So, okay, let me now start with the basics of the stages of development. Trust versus mistrust.
Yes.
That is the first stage of development.
Yes.
And it starts from birth to 18 months. Disclaimer, a child starts developing in the womb.
So 18 months include...
No.
Okay.
They don't include that.
Yes.
But a lot that you do when that child is still in the womb will make your life easier when they come here, or harder.
You've heard that, mothers and fathers?
Eat good food. The child will need those nutrients. Avoid alcoholic drinks. Avoid cigarettes. Avoid stress. Those are just the basics. So when this human being is born, they have high chances of being healthy.
Okay.
And we should know mental health relies a lot on our physical brain.
Yes.
Brain is actually an organ like your eyes, like your nose, and it's central in that it controls all the other organs.
Okay.
We don't want to talk about it, we don't want to see it. But the health of this organ matters a lot in the whole of your life down here. Fortunately so. So invest in this child being born healthy. They have higher chances of being born with a healthy brain. If you eat well, you exercise well, you keep good relationships, and overall be happy when you're carrying that child in your stomach. So at birth, between now that 0 years when they have come and 18 months, it's a place of trust versus mistrust. They say trust versus mistrust in that this child will learn that the world is a safe space in those 18 months.
Yes.
Do you feed them? Do you respond to their cries? Do you change their diapers? Do you allow them to sleep? They are basics, but they make a child know this world is a safe space to live in.
So it is an environment that you create to make them conclude that way.
Yes. If they go crying for hours to an end and you don't respond, you don't feed them, you don't change their diapers, they are uncomfortable. they will develop a mistrust of knowing the world is not a safe place to live in.
Okay.
And that mistrust might carry them to their old age.
Yes.
Okay, so this child is very agreeable in those few months.
Yes.
Then comes that season of no. They call them terrible twos.
Yes.
Starts around 18 months, plus minus. Development is not set in stone. People develop differently. And all of a sudden, you are wondering, where did they go wrong? Because this child will not do anything. You know, they even sometimes resort to beating their siblings, beating you, you know.
Yes.
It's because they are trying to establish the autonomy of, I am me. You know, I am here.
Okay.
I am an individual human being. I'm no longer part of you.
Yes.
And in their small minds and capacity, they can only do it by telling you no. You may not like it. But the more this child develops that autonomy, the more they discover, I am me. And if at that point you start teaching them good values,
Yes.
then this child grows into an independent but responsible me.
Yes.
Otherwise, they will grow into an independent or irresponsible me. It starts from that point.
From age 2.
18 months.
18 months.
Let's say 2, but it's plus or minus
Plus or
because
minus.
children don't develop at the same. Some will walk at 2, some will walk at 7 months, some will walk. It just depends on the child's level of development.
Okay.
So as long as they are hitting their milestones and the child's doctor is okay, really,
Yes.
you don't really hassle. But knowing that at that point they're developing autonomy is when you start teaching them, this is not right, this is wrong, this is right, let's do this. And this child starts developing behavior. The other thing I would want us to know is children learn more by catching than by hearing.
Okay. Whatever they see.
They look at you, they mimic you, they learn from you. And this one is a lesson you have to learn with your children all through their lives. They catch you more than they hear you. Okay, so between 18 months to 3 years, let me
Yes.
say, it's that stage of autonomy. And then the child starts learning initiative.
Okay. From what age?
From around 3 years.
3 years.
Give or take. I would still say plus or
Or
minus.
minus. Yes. Correct.
This is the time where the child is either potty training or has already potty trained.
Yes.
So they start learning to draw their boundaries and to be responsible for the small things in their
Yes.
lives. At this age, you can tell a child, keep your toys when they play. You can tell them, tidy up. You can tell them, take the cup back to the kitchen after they have eaten. Because they are learning slow steps about responsibility.
Yes.
They are learning in small ways to take care of themselves.
Yes.
When it comes to financial literacy, for me in my house, I start around this age.
Okay.
Not in solid lessons, but these are the ages I will go with the child to the shop and they will cry for a sweet.
Okay.
And they want whatever they want to get, but I'll tell them, you don't get a chocolate from a shop. I give money and then they give me the chocolate.
The chocolate. So it's value exchange you have to teach them.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not a solid lesson you teach with a cane. It's just a playful way of letting this child know I am giving and I am taking. You know, they might not even know.
Do you give them
Yes.
the money to give or you give it yourself?
I give it myself at that point. Or if they want to, I can let them. Because at 3 years, I can let them. But it's not safe to let them stick with money because they will swallow it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. So-
everything goes into the mouth. So,
Yeah.
yes. And then also money is not very clean. Physical money is not very clean. So you have
Correct.
to have them keeping on washing their hands.
Yes.
3 years, I have said, it's this journey of initiative.
Yes.
And then when they get to 5 years, it becomes a journey of industry.
Okay.
They're learning to be industrious. They're learning to put their efforts into something they consider meaningful. And if they don't navigate this stage well, they get an inferiority complex.
Okay.
This stage lasts between 5 years to 11 years. You can see when the preteen comes
Yes.
around this age.
Yes.
They're trying to get that meaning of what is my value?
Yes.
Can I do this? Can it bear something? So I tell parents, get those kids off the screens. Screens will not help this child learn a single thing. I mean,
Yes.
It's passive entertainment. They're just on the screen.
Yes.
Let this child know I can work in the kitchen. You'll ask me, does working in the kitchen have anything to do with money? When a child works in the kitchen, they learn to calculate. They learn to take risks. When you're teaching a child how to light a fire,
Yes.
you're teaching how to risk take. Money has a lot of risks. So as I was saying, life skills are not just life skills, and financial skills are just financial skills. When you learn life skills, you can easily incorporate them into financial skills, and you're having a stronger developing child.
Yes.
So let them do the work around the house. It will help them calculate. It will help them make decisions. It will help them resolve conflict. These are the same skills that come up in money management.
Yes.
How do I handle conflict with my kids? I have 4 children in my house now, 2 boys, 2 girls.
Congrats.
And I'm a very quiet parent, in quotes, in that
Yeah.
you will come and tell me so and so did, and so did, and my mind will quickly gauge, is anybody in danger of getting hurt? The answer is no. I will listen, but I'll be like, go and sort yourselves out. I hardly ever get into any of my children's conflict. And they know, so they have learned to sort themselves out.
Wow. So they learn conflict resolution
Yes.
on their own.
When you are running your business as a grown-up, you will resolve so much conflict. I wish I had been taught this when I was young.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, true.
You get into some conflict and you wonder, why isn't this client paying me? You know? And are you putting in more force to get them to pay you? Are you able to know this is a bad debt? They will never pay. These are the skills you learn when you're still a child.
Yes.
And then at this age is when I intensify on the money and financial literacy. This is the time when kids start playing shop.
Yes.
And I've had my kids play shop in that house. And we have bought things with paper money for as long as I can remember. And then one time these children are like, Mom, pay us with real money. And I was like, then give me real goods. You can't give me
fake things and
yes.
expect real money. Yeah.
If you give me fake things that I cannot use, I will give you fake money. If you give me things that I can use, I will give you real money.
Yes.
That's how my kids got into bangle making.
Wow.
And they would make bangles.
Wow.
And they would sell.
Wow.
And I would not just buy. You would have to convince me to buy that bangle. Let me know, why is this one different from this one?
Yes.
Why are you pricing this one different from this one? And at that point, you sit back and let them know capital, what is going in,
Yes.
what is coming out. It may not be the set in stone lessons, but these are the small lessons this child is getting and appreciating over time.
Yeah.
The other thing that I do is I let them grow plants.
Okay.
Yes.
Plants, money.
Yay, because there's something about a plant. It takes long to grow.
So patience.
Children want to put in and remove out. And with the fast food generation and all of us with our microwaves, you put in, you put out.
Yes.
There's nothing as tiresome as putting a seed in soil and coming to check every day.
And it has not.
And there's nothing happening.
Yeah.
And at times that seed dies inside there, so you will never see anything. You know?
Yeah, true.
Is it disappointing? Yes. But as grown-ups, how many times do we invest and get nothing out of it?
Very many times.
You learn that disappointment in measurable in pieces when you are young, so that when they come and you are grown up, you have built resilience.
Yes.
I always say, don't overprotect these children. It's a lesson my mother taught me. My mother would be like, Mercy, I'm bringing you up for the world. I will not stay with you forever.
Yes.
And I have carried that. I will not stay with these children forever. So I want them to know disappointment is part of life. So I will be like, has the seed died? Yes. It went bad? Yes. You got nothing out of it? And then I'm like, you didn't get nothing out of it. You learned a lesson. And life lessons are more important than the actual money itself.
Yeah.
Because they will carry you beyond when you have or when you don't have the money.
True. Wow. Thank you very much, Mercy. That was quite interesting. I hope parents, you've picked something on how to build financial literacy in your children, the journey, the stages and all that. Kindly remember to like this video, share it with your circle of friends, those who are parents and those who are aspiring to be parents, so that we learn together and we build, a generation that is going to transform the world that we are in. Thank you very much. See you in the next episode.